Did you know the Las Vegas Grand Prix brought in far more than just racing thrills? Forget the trackside drama for a moment. We're diving deep into the financial aftershocks of the Vegas GP, uncovering how a single weekend redefined the city's future. You've heard about the race itself, but what about the secret multi-million impact that's changing everything? $1.5 billion for a single event in its first year. How did the Vegas GP become more than just a spectacle, but a financial earthquake for the city? Before the first car even hit the track, a massive public and private investment poured into preparing Las Vegas for the inaugural race in 2023. We're talking over $80 million just to resurface the roads, transforming the famous strip into a high-speed circuit. But that's not even the half of it. The construction of the massive 300,000 square foot pit and paddock complex cost hundreds of millions more. This was more than just a race, it was a total urban overhaul, and everyone was watching to see if the gamble would pay off. So, what did all that investment buy? A massive economic boom. According to a report commissioned by the Grand Prix, the inaugural race in 2023 brought an economic impact of a staggering $1.5 billion. That's right, a billion with a B. For comparison, the Super Bowl, a once-in-a-generation event for any city, brought in about $1 billion. Let's break down those numbers. In its second year, 2024, the race generated a $934 million impact, still massive even with the initial one-off infrastructure costs out of the way. Visitors in 2024 were big spenders, averaging $2,400 per person, almost double the typical Vegas tourist. This brought a huge tax windfall to Nevada and pumped hundreds of millions into salaries for local workers, but not everyone in Vegas was celebrating. For many locals, the Grand Prix wasn't a payday, it was a major headache. The extended construction and constant road closures caused chaos, hurting local small businesses. In 2023, data from Plaza.ai showed foot traffic for nearby retail businesses dropped over 23% during race week. For small shop owners, the big profits went to the casinos and corporate partners, while they were left with empty stores and angry customers. This wasn't just an inconvenience, it was a genuine financial hardship for many, and it created a major rift between the city and its residents. Critics argued the economic impact numbers were skewed, focused on gross revenue rather than the net gain, which failed to account for these local business losses. Then came the on-track controversy that became a national story. In the very first practice session of the inaugural race, Ferrari driver Carlos Sainz's car was catastrophically damaged by a loose drain cover. The practice session was immediately halted and never resumed, leaving thousands of fans in the stands with nothing to watch. To make matters worse, fans were ejected from the stands hours later, long before the second, delayed practice session even began. This logistical nightmare led to a class action lawsuit filed on behalf of fans who were kicked out, seeking over $30,000 in damages. The incident was a black eye for the race and drew harsh criticism from drivers and spectators alike, highlighting the tension between the sports glitz and the logistical reality. So, with a billion-dollar headline and millions in local pain, what's the ultimate verdict on the Vegas GP? The organizers and city officials point to the massive financial boom, the jobs created, and the positive global attention. They also highlight community benefits, like food donations and educational programs. F1 itself is making efforts to rebuild community trust, offering ticket donation programs and grants to local charities. But the debate continues. Is the cost of traffic, disruption, and hurting small businesses worth the massive influx of cash? For the city's leaders, the long-term, annual nature of the event outweighs the short-term pain. For others, the gamble on F1 came with too high a price. Only time will tell if the Vegas Grand Prix truly reshapes the city for the better, or simply solidifies its reputation for high-stakes, high-cost gambles. What do you think? Was the Vegas GP's financial impact a win for the city or a loss for its residents? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind the headlines.